What's up? What's up? Hello, welcome to another episode of my little world. In today's episode, I promise that it's going to be nothing but exciting. Oh, yes, it's going to be epic. This episode is going to wow you. We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to dive into today's episode. Yes, if you are new here, my name is Leslie. I'm Scott, an expert ESL teacher in Asia. And to old members, welcome back. Yes, let's take a short break. We will be right back. Welcome back from the break. Just as I said, this episode is epic. Oh my god, you are going to love it. Okay, let's break the ice. In today's episode, we went the extra mile. We had interviews from people who have been scammed by so-called agents. We have interviews with people who are sharing their life experiences with us, and I enjoyed every bit of it, and I know you are also going to enjoy it. So let's watch and learn a thing or two from them. Yes.
My sad experience in Vietnam. I came to Vietnam last year, 2023. It was an agent who introduced me to come to Vietnam. The agent charged me huge amount of money and processed my documents and everything. I was an SHS graduate, but he told me that when I come to Vietnam, I will get university to go. So it was my first travel, so I never knew anything about that. So I agreed with him, then I paid the money to him. So he processed everything. Then he gave me a tourist visa to come to Vietnam. So 1 month later, the visa came, and then I booked a plane ticket and came to Vietnam. It wasn't easy. When I came to Vietnam, he directed me to another agent. Then I came and met the agent. So the agent, I talked to him, then he took me to a hotel for me to lodge there for some months, and he left. I called him. He told me that it's their Tet festival. That's their season of Tet festival. So all the factories are closed, so I should wait. I waited in the hotel for some couple of months, and then my visa expired. I called the agent again, and the agent directed me to go to India. I was out of money, so I didn't know what to do. I was stranded. So I called home and they sent me money. So I booked another flight to India for the visa run. I went there and they gave me another 3 months tourist visa. So I came back. Then I called the agent. He said, oh, he will come tomorrow, today. Still. And then I stayed there for another 3 months, and then the tourist visa expired. So I was stranded again. So I didn't know what to do. So I decided to go back to Ghana. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't in Vietnam. So if an agent tells you to come to Vietnam, there is a factory job and whatever, or you can go to university, it's a lie. I want to tell you, it's a lie. I fall into a victim, and it wasn't easy for me. So this is my little advice to all of you who want to come to Vietnam. If you have your genuine papers, documents, certificates, and everything, you can come. It's only teaching jobs which are available here. But if they tells you they have company work and other works, it's a lie. So it's not easy in Vietnam to come here and work in a factory. It's not easy. It's not easy. This is my sad story in Vietnam. Bye bye.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you will be. I'm happy to be on this broadcast to add my voice to what actually is happening around my brothers in Africa who have the desire to come over to Asia, specifically Vietnam. I'm right here in Vietnam working as an ESL teacher to one language center. Actually, my journey, I've been here for like 9 months, yeah, and the journey has been rough, very, very rough. I started when I had all my documents prepared. Like you all know, when you want to come here, you will need some documentation, some certificates. So your bachelor's degree, your TEFL or your TESOL, your C1. So I had all those ones, and then I legalized them and then also sent them to the Vietnamese embassy in Abuja for notarization. Having had those documents legalized and authenticated, I contacted my friend, my own friend here in Vietnam, to help me with an agency who would give me work, as in employ me. Unfortunately, there was some 1 or 2 hitches. I can't go into the details. I cannot go into the details, but there were some hitches, and I had to come to Vietnam on tourist visa. So I came on tourist visa, worked for a month or 2, yeah, and then I got one organization, one agency that wanted to employ me. So around the third month, I left from Vietnam and I went to India. Actually, the agency that I had wasn't the first agency that I contacted for employment. That was like my third agency. So I met someone who was introducing me to potential employers, and it wasn't working. So finally we had that one, and I had to leave for India. So I left Vietnam for India. And this process, as it is, the invitation letter of the employee company, the employer company, normally takes like 2 weeks, 10 days, 2 weeks, and you'll be back to Vietnam to start work. So I left around February. I went back to India. I spent 30 days in India without success. My invitation letter wasn't ready. So I had to get my things set, get another visa for another country. Actually, the next country that I went did not require visa from me, being a Ghanaian. So I left India to Singapore. There too, I spent 1 month in a hotel. That cost so much. Those who know Asia Hotel, Singapore, and their cost of living. So I spent 1 month, 30 days also in Singapore. And that also was not fruitful. There was something that happened when I was in India. What happened actually was the agency that wanted to employ me, I think there were some loopholes and they couldn't meet the immigration standards for invitation letter, bringing me back. So that's how come I spent 30 days in India without that sources. So the first agency was unable to bring me here. So I had to do another demo lessons, videos here and there, interviews here and there. So I did another interview in India before leaving for Singapore. Then that one also wasn't successful. Then in Singapore, I did 2 more interviews. And then the final one also said they would employ me. So they started my documents, and by then it was like 27 days in Singapore. So I had only 3 days to leave. So I left Singapore again for another country. Which was Philippines. And I spent 2 weeks and then 4 days, 2 weeks, 4 days in Philippines before I finally had my invitation letter, and then had another air ticket, pack my things and come back to Vietnam, and then start work formally. Actually, I know my story is a bit like it's full of adventure, but it wasn't so easy as I've narrated it. First of all, I would say lack of information. Actually, you don't get the right information before you set off from Ghana. If you are not able to get that information, then you come here and then you will be stranded, because you can't come here on tourist visa and expect to be employed. That is one thing you should know. Coming here on a tourist visa is like coming to just have vacation, some holidays, and then go back. Your best will be like a part-time work. That one, not even all people will do that. No, the agencies will not employ you on a tourist visa. So you just come here and then use those 3 months to maybe seek for an agency, and you should be qualified, and your documents should also be legalized from Ghana Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the courts, and then you send them to the Vietnamese embassy for final notarization. So if you don't start those process and you set off, you come here and you just come and spend your 3 months. I met one lady, or another African from East Africa. We met in Singapore. She came around, and then she spent like 2 months here without sources. The last time I contacted her, she said she was back to her country. And she's not a one case study. There are a lot of them. So I would say that it's good you plan, it's good you travel, but think about the options. If it is schooling, fine. If it is business, fine. But if you are coming here for tourists, then You just come in for like 2 months, 3 months tourist, and then you go back. So any other thing, you can contact me and then I'll give you further information. Thank you.
Oh my God, what an interview. Oh my God, what an experience. I've really learned something from this. Please, I hope you have also learned something. Please do not come to Vietnam with a tourist visa expecting to get work to do. Please do not come to Vietnam with a tourist visa expecting to get work to do. You can come with a tourist visa if you just want to tour Vietnam, if you just want to tour Asia. But if you want to secure yourself a teaching job, please pass through the right channel. Yes, hope you enjoyed this episode because I also did. I go by the name Leslie Ann Scott, and if you are interested in this channel, kindly click on the subscription button and subscribe, and do like my video and leave a comment. We will be back with another episode very soon, and before that episode, I have something to say. Very soon we'll be having a live session whereby you get the opportunity to ask us any question you want to ask concerning Vietnam and Asia, and I will be glad to help you. Also, the processes whereby you have to go through to land yourself a teaching job in Vietnam will be in the live session. So dates will be out very soon. For now, it's bye-bye.